Kansai Scene
My name is Ariya Sasaki, and I am a Buddhist priestess here in Kyoto. I'm the oldest of 4 kids. My dad is the head priest of Horinji Temple right now. He's the 23rd generation head priest at my temple, so I think maybe about almost 800 years Horinji has been around in Kyoto. My sect of Buddhism is called Pureland Buddhism, and in Japanese it's Jodo Shinshu. And the founder of my sect, Shinran Shonin, to put it very frankly, he was kind of the anarchist priest at the time. This was 800 years ago, when all the priests went up to Mount Hiei in Kyoto and meditated, and it was really more about the individual and about finding peace within yourself. And he came to understanding with his teacher Honen Shonin that Buddhism needs to be shared with the whole community, with the rest of Japan, not just for the academics and the upper class. And so he was one of the first priests that left Mount Hiei. Well, he didn't actually just leave, he got kicked out of Mount Hiei. And he was in exile for, I think maybe like 10, 20 years or something. And in that time, he was the first priest to get married and have children, and to share the teachings with the community that was at the time suffering from just many things. And so it kind of became the words like Namu Amida Butsu is going to like let you meet with Buddha. And so in teaching people that, or sharing with people, he's very famous for saying that I will never have a student, in the sense that he was very humble in the sense that I am not here to be your teacher, to guide you in any sense, but we're all students of Buddha's teachings. And right now we're kind of in between the next generation, because my brother is still in college and he hasn't decided if he's going to be the 24th generation head priest, or he wants to let me be the next head priest. So my dad is actually the second born son of a temple in Nagoya, and my mom was the oldest of 3 girls. And this like 30 years ago, it still wasn't very common for female priests to be the head priest, and so my dad was adopted into the Sasaki family.
So if he did become head priest, what do you think your direction would be?
I would probably try to find an empty temple. They're called akidera in Japanese, and what that means is, well, now the population is decreasing, and so you see a lot of congregations becoming smaller, but also there's no family member that's going to continue on at a temple. And so I think in these situations, I think women realize that, oh, wait a minute, I could do this too. And so you see many more young women choosing this path. But then I think when I go out and I see my friends and people that I just meet randomly, I think people are just surprised. They're like, oh wow, you have hair. Like, is that okay? Is that allowed? And simple things like I can drink, and I can eat meat. I can do all those things. I can stay out. I don't know. I can stay out and go dancing. I can do all those things. And so I think people are very surprised that, yes, that Jodo Shinshu doesn't really have any rules. And in a way, I think it does make it easier, but then in the long run, it makes it more difficult, because you need to kind of have an understanding of the teachings yourself and make out what you think and your take on the teachings. In a way, I feel like I did kind of fall into it. I was going to London to fashion school right after graduation. I came back to Japan. It was right after 3/11, and kind of reconnecting with my Japanese roots and realizing I was born in Kyoto, but I don't know anything about it. I'm not comfortable speaking the language. Might as well give it a try and see if I like it. First 2 years, I didn't like it. It was a very difficult adjustment, not being able to speak the language in a way that I was comfortable speaking in English, feeling like I didn't have a community of friends here. The first year, I kind of did what everyone does. I feel like coming back to Japan, become an English teacher. And then my parents really wanted me to come and help at the temple. I started going to the house calls and getting to know my temple community. And basically my day consists of each house has their own Buddhist shrine. And so if, for example, if your grandma passed away on the 1st of a month, then I would go to their house every single month on the 1st. And so after a couple of months, you start building these relationships, and they talk to you as if you're their own grandchild, and you also talk to them as if they're your grandmother. And so from there, I started learning like what it really means to build a community, really from the ground. I think originally it was really a community space, and so I hear about the grandmas and grandpas that I go to the house calls. They came here for Sunday school, and they would sing songs, and it was really kind of a place where people gathered. And now it's not, and I think I'm convinced that the Ion malls are now like what the temples used to do for people. And so some of the things that I've been doing is like putting together community art projects. And so so the first one that my community kind of joined together and did was this like 36-meter quilt that we made, and it took us maybe a whole year, but I think maybe it was like 200 people that were involved in making it. And so realizing that something as like this like very simple like a quilt can really bring people together, and not only does it bring people together, but I realized that the temple community they were building a friendship. Hopefully when I have my own temple and I'm the Jushoku, and Jushoku, the Chinese character for Jushoku, is living job, and so I physically need to be there. And so all the events that I organize, the galleries and the guest house or artist residency, I just want everything to be there. So right now, I guess in the next 10 years, 15 years, hopefully we'll find a temple that will want to adopt me.